Hello there, this is Christy Luis from Dostoevsky in Space. I'm very excited to announce that I am currently reading six Russian books. You can join me, friends. You can find all of the information that I am about to tell you down below in the description, so if there's anything you miss or need to remember, you can just go down there. Yeah, links, times, channels, everything down below. I will be reading these throughout the fall and winter going into 2021. Some of them are very structured. Some of them are much looser in schedule. Some of them don't even have dates yet. And one of them is honestly just a buddy read, and I might not even finish the whole thing. Some of them will have multiple live streams. Some of them will be on my channel. Some of the live streams will be on other channels. So let's just break into it and I'll let you know what we're reading here. Let's start off with the ones that are already happening. First of all, we have Notes from a Dead House. This is by my favorite, Dostoevsky, and I am currently reading this during September with Stephanie from Miss Richards Reads and Kate from the Literary Apothecary. All three of us are just loving it. We're totally addicted. So Notes from the Underground is a semi-autobiographical fictionalization of Fyodor Dostoevsky's stay in a Siberian prison camp. And I feel like I know a lot about his background because I've read like a biography about him, etc. But this is teaching me a lot about the context of what prison camps were like under Nicholas I. Speaking of Nicholas I, one of the other books that I am also reading currently is set during the reign of Nicholas I, and it's a nonfiction book of letters, like I said. So those are kind of informing each other, and I'm loving the context. So this is long before the Soviet Union. However, it did kind of make famous the prison memoir genre, which is a big one in Russian literature. This one, we do not actually have a date yet because it will be on Stephanie's channel. She will be having the live stream there, but you can totally chat about it with us. If you are interested, comment down below and we will set up a place where we can talk with you about it. Otherwise, just come on over to Stephanie's channel. I can't wait for this. I'm already partway through. It's actually great on audiobook. It's like really easy to just listen to because it's like really well told narrative nonfiction, and you'll learn a lot about Dostoevsky. His voice really comes through. Next, let's talk about another one that's already happening. That is the Gulag-Archipelago. This is volume 1. We will be reading all 3 unabridged volumes, and we will be having live shows for each part on Pete's channel, Pete from Ponderings of Pete. So I'm so excited about this. We have a Voxer group going with some friends, and we'll be having the live show with, obviously, Pete, it's on his channel, Gregory LaPerche, and Billy Bonsai is one of our co-hosts. And we do actually have currently scheduled a Gulag live reading sprint here on my channel. That will be at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, right here on September 19th. So if you're interested in digging into this, also good on audiobook, for portions at least. I've listened to portions of it on audiobook. It's been a very compelling tale of what prison camps kind of became later on in Russia's history. Alexander Solzhenitsyn is the author of the Gulag-Archipelago, and he experienced the Gulag. For a contemporary reader, the book brilliantly evokes a mentality which no longer exists, and which is increasingly difficult to describe or explain. The atmosphere of constant fear, the constant temptation of betrayal, the ubiquity of the secret police, the reversal of normal values, the generalized cruelty that permeated the culture of the Gulag and of the Soviet Union itself. It really sounds extremely frightening. He is criticizing the Soviet Union's prison system and how people would just disappear, like off of an operating table once. In broad daylight, people would disappear. Their families would never hear of them again. Scary stuff. So, and he talks about like how important it is to stand up to tyranny before it's too late. There's been some really just beautiful quotes in here. So join us if you're interested. Oh, we're discussing this in the Literary Discourse Discord, which is so exciting. Also, in reference to this, Stephanie Richards just created a brilliant Russian literature tag. So if you would like to participate in these read-alongs without actually reading with us, please feel free to do the tag. We will be doing them and posting them all on the same day very soon. Okay, the Gulag-Archipelago. 1 book per month, approximately. We may push into December. I'm finding that very accessible. Next, in the order of happenings, is Empire of the Czar or Letters from Russia. by the Marquis de Custine. The Letters from Russia is the NYRB edition, which is actually the edition I prefer. This is just the one that my library had, so this is the first one I picked up. And I think it's a really beautiful copy. Like, look at that. So pretty. I'm loving this so much. The author Custine actually experienced the reign of terror in France as a very young man. He was actually just a child, and his family was just slaughtered because they were nobility. He's a very sensitive man. He's a homosexual. He's also a Roman Catholic, very strong faith. Also in exile in French society. So he's a very sensitive human being, very sensitive to the suffering of others, which makes him a very interesting, subjective but interesting observer of Russia under Peter I. This is, I think, 1839 is when he was traveling through Russia. He spent 3 months traveling through Russia. Yeah, 1839. And he was kind of becoming known as a travel writer, but this really cemented his fame as a travel writer. It's one of the best travel memoirs out there for Russia, as far as I'm aware. The Russians did not like it when it was published, however. It made Custine very unpopular in Russia. There are so many good quotes in this one, and in the Gulag-Archipelago, and in all of these. There's just so many beautiful quotes that I just want to share them all, but I'll have to save them for the live streams. This is just an introduction. Okay, listen to this. This is how he was feeling as he was riding a boat into Russian waters. If I write this journey, I must expect to give umbrage to a government more artful and better served with spies than any other in the world. This is an unpleasant idea. I must conceal my letters. I must be guarded in my language. But I will effect nothing. The most consummate deception is that which wears no mask. Yikes. And also, he says in the very beginning that he went into Russia kind of an advocate of the aristocracy, and he left Russia being a total advocate for constitutionalism. So it made a big, big impact on him. It's also been said that there are a lot of parallels between Russia under Nicholas I and communist Russia. He's writing under Nicholas I. Did I say Peter I earlier? I meant Nicholas I, which, you know, Custine kind of is the one that gives us the impression that Nicholas I was a very authoritarian ruler. I actually find Nicholas I a very interesting character. He's very strict and regimented. That came out in a love for the military discipline, and he's just an interesting guy. The Romanovs, man. All fascinating. Anyways, I'm very excited about this. This again is giving me some context for this guy, and also context for the Gulag Archipelago, because it's kind of like setting up what the history looked like. This one is just something that I am reading on my own. Stephanie just started reading it with me as well. The Letters from Russia edition from NYRB. That is the one that I would recommend. They're both excerpts. Neither of them are complete. Unfortunately, I just do not have access to anything that's complete. If you wanted to join us, let me know. I would love to chat with you about it, honestly, or even just like casually. Hit me up on Instagram or in the comment section. That one, I'm not planning on doing any live streams, but I would love to vlog it. I did record a vlog with some thoughts on it already, so we'll see if I can get that edited. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm recording on a camera, and I'm having some audio issues with it, so hopefully I figure those out. Coming up next is going to be Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, my favorite book, my gateway classic, the one that convinced me that I was smart enough to enjoy classic. Like, it's just such an accessible classic to me. There are some, like, philosophical things in there that are difficult. You don't necessarily have to understand all of the philosophical stuff in order to get the story. The story is just really good. Also, Fyodor Dostoevsky does have a very interesting take on the intellectual movements that are running through St. Petersburg at the time. St. Petersburg was a big intellectual landmark for Russia and for Europe. And I just love that about this. But also, it's a murder mystery. It's a why he done it rather than a who done it. You know who does it. You know who's dead. You're just trying to figure out why he did it. So basically, you're following around an axe murderer and trying to understand his psychology, and it is gripping, guys. It's gripping. Like, the very beginning just starts off with such a bang. I wouldn't try to rush through it, though. I've heard from some people who are reading it that rushing through it ended up wearing them out, because it's a little bit thick. I mean, it's not as thick as some of Dostoevsky's works, like the Brothers Karamazov. This, I will be co-hosting a read-along with Tom from LA Books, and we're going to have two guests from Instagram who I'm just so excited to be working with all three of these people, honestly. And let me tell you about the Instagrammers. So there's Alana Estelle, and I'll have all of her information linked down below. Please check out her Instagram. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's one of my new favorite Instagrams. I love her Instagram. Also, there's Coffee and Copyrights, which is another Instagram that I've recently been following. Both of these ladies recently read or are currently reading Crime and Punishment, and I'm just so excited to hear all of their thoughts. Alana's a big fan of the Brothers Karamazov. I'm so happy to be working with Tom. I was originally going to do this back in June with Tom, and then I had to bounce out because I was like super busy with our vacation. I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm in such a mood to read Crime and Punishment. There will be a live stream on my channel for this one in the very beginning of November. You know what? I think it's because Danny from Spinelli Speaks co-hosted that amazing Crime and Punishment read-along last year during September and October that now I feel like this is the time to read Crime and Punishment. It's kind of spooky. It's about an axe murderer, right? I mean, that fits October. I'm gonna be rereading this in October. Tom's gonna be reading it. The girls have already read it or are finishing it up, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to read along with us, and I cannot wait to reread this book. I cannot wait. This will be my third time reading it. Although I have read parts of it more than 2 times already, because I would listen to parts of it and then I would reread it physically, so it's gonna be amazing. I've been in the mood for a reread ever since Jennifer Brooks sent me this beautiful Richard Pevere and Larissa Volkansky edition, which, by the way, is the edition that I have of Notes from the Dead and Anna Karenina, which will be the next book that we talk about. But back to Crime and Punishment. This live show will be taking place on November 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so please join us. Please join us. Yeah. Okay, now on to Anna Karenina. That is the next book that's coming up. This one is going to be a literary discourse official read, just like the Gulag Archipelago is, and our last one will be. I have no idea what this is about. I've never read it. It's Tolstoy. That could be a bonus or not for you, but regardless, I'm super excited to read this one. All I know is that it's about a woman who has an affair, and it's intense. I'm guessing it will also be beautiful, and Tolstoy has amazing characterizations. Tolstoy is just amazing at exploring character morality. Like I said, this will be a literary discourse read. We will be discussing it there, link down below. Honestly, we're gonna be doing like monthly reads there. I may not be a part of all of them. The 3 people kind of running the Discord, out of us 3, there will always be somebody doing a read along. So yeah, don't want to miss it. So we already have these all scheduled out because Una, and also Leslie, who is also extremely organized. But Una did put this particular schedule together. We will have a live stream kickoff right here. It's an introductory live stream so that people who have read this before can tell you a little bit about it. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. We'll come up with topics. I'll research some stuff. Then we will have a live stream halfway through. So this will include parts 1 through 4. That will be November 4th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. All of our literary Discord read-alongs are going to be probably at the same time on the same day of the week. So it's usually going to be a Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's just what tends to work for all of our schedules. So there you have it. And then our final live stream for Anna K will be December 2nd at 4 p.m. Pacific time on my channel. So all the live streams will be on my channel. Did I say who my co-hosts are? It's Una and Crypto from the Codex Cantina and Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative. And we're gonna have some guests, guys. Stephanie from Miss Richards Reads is going to join us for Anna K. This is like one of her favorite books, I think. It's like one of her relaxing reads. I'm so excited to talk about it with her. And Noah from Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse, who also read it. He read this like when I was first getting to know his channel, and I've wanted to read it ever since, like so badly. And our final read along with multiple live streams. This is another literary discourse Discord read along, so you can join us there if you want to chat about it, is The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I really need to get my own copy. I'm so excited for this, guys. I'm reading 3 Dostoevsky books in fall and winter. So this one as well will be having 3 live streams here on my channel on 3 Thursdays at 4 p.m. PST and 7 p.m. EST. We'll have a live stream introductory kickoff on December 9th, and then we'll have themed reading sprints, like a halfway check-in where we can chat and read together on December 16th. And then we will have a live stream finale wrap-up on January 27th, 2022. And please, again, do join us in the Literary Discourse Discord for discussion on that one, and like I said, several of these. And the co-hosts for this will be Una and Crypto from the Codex Cantina and Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative. They are the ones who really keep the Literary Discourse Discord running, and I'm like a junior assistant. And also, we're gonna have guests! Yay! Okay, so our guests are going to be Jennifer Brooks from Jennifer Brooks. You guys already probably all know her. She's amazing. She's literally one of my favorite booktubers. I love her. And she loves The Idiot, so great. And also Pei from Attention, who has also read and loved The Idiot. Both of these channels are excellent. All of those channels that I've mentioned in this video are excellent. Please follow them. They're all linked down below. I don't know what The Idiot's about either. Like, I know nothing, except that Dostoevsky's the best, so it's gonna be a good book. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about these. I hope that you will join us for some of them. Let me know down below if you are. Comments! Thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.